Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Mays. I'm the founder and clinical director at the Center for Relational Recovery outside of Washington, D.C. in Leesburg, Virginia, and the founder of partnerhope.com. And I'm here to talk with you today about all things related to complex partner betrayal trauma. And I'm back with another video. And here's what I want to talk to you about today. I think we do a lot of talking. Disclosure is something that we all pretty much know about. It gets a lot of airtime and talk time. And often when we're talking about it, we're talking about it in terms of how it benefits the betrayed partner and how it benefits the relationship. What I want to talk about today is how it benefits the cheating partner, because we don't often spend a lot of time thinking about how disclosure is of benefit to the cheating partner, but it is a significant part of the cheating partner's healing process. And so we want to look at how does it benefit them? Why should you do disclosure if you are the cheating partner? It's a scary thing to do. So why would you want to do it? What would be the motivation and what are the benefits for you individually in terms of this process? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So before I dive into my little list of how it benefits the cheating partner, let me just say that I'm talking about disclosure, not discovery. So discovery is either when you get caught or when you're in a conversation with the betrayed partner and you give them some more information, or you say, hey, you come into the kitchen and you say, hey, I want to tell you something. And then you tell them some more of your secrets or some more of the truth around something. That's not disclosure, that's discovery. That's continued ongoing sort of pouring out little drips and drabs of what happened. Discovery is a therapeutically supported process. So you have therapists involved who are trained in doing disclosure, know how to do disclosure, and they help you both prepare for it. It takes several weeks to prepare. And then you come with great intentionality and a lot of support, and you give a full disclosure about what has happened in terms of breaking the agreements around your sexual relationship within your relationship. That is disclosure. So what I'm talking about today are the benefits of disclosure to the cheating partner, not the benefits of discovery and trickled out information. Okay. All right. So number one benefit for the cheating partner is that disclosure is your opportunity to come and be honest about the secrets that you've had around the affair or around the addictive behavior, whatever it is, whether it's infidelity or whether it's addiction, whatever secrets you've had that you've been keeping in your relationship. This is your opportunity to come and be honest about it with the least amount of damage and fallout from being honest. So this does not mean that disclosure is a free pass for what you're doing, but in most disclosure usually happens if both people are actually trying to repair the relationship. Usually there's some boundaries around it that both people have agreed that they're not going to make any big decisions about the relationship for several weeks or months following disclosure. So they're going to let the information get told, and then they're going to sit and kind of let it settle before they make decisions. So nobody is coming to disclosure saying, if I hear X, I'm exiting out immediately. That's very rare. Most people agree to come to disclosure, hear the information, and then take their time to process it. So what that means for you as the cheating partner is that you have an opportunity to be honest in a format and in an environment where your partner already knows they're going to hear new information. They've been prepared for that. They know they're going to hear about things that you've lied about. They know they're going to hear about new cheating behaviors or a fuller extent of what went on in the cheating. They already know that. So they expect that in the disclosure. So you have an opportunity to come and to bring the full truth, whether that is more information about the affair, more information about the acting out history, maybe new behaviors your partner didn't even know about, whatever it is. You have an opportunity to bring that in a supported environment where your partner is showing up, basically saying, I'm willing to hear this. I'm willing to hear it and not bolt directly out of the relationship. I'm willing to hear it and then give myself time to process it and see what it means for me. So this is the best environment that you could ever hope for telling really difficult information to your partner. And it's the best environment to tell that information and have it be contained, have other people there who are helping with processing it, helping with thinking about what does this mean, helping you tell it well, so you're not telling it in a way that's hurtful to your partner. You're telling it with the least amount of hurtful stuff around it. So it is your best opportunity to come and be fully honest with the least amount of damage to the relationship and to your partner and to yourself. So I think it's really important to see disclosure in that light and to see it as this is my chance to actually be fully honest, even though that's going to be very, very scary, but with the least amount of fallout that could happen from doing this. So that is one big benefit to you. Second big benefit is that when you do disclosure, when you come and you tell all of the secrets that you've had, you come into integrity with yourself. So here's what I mean by that. Whenever there's cheating, whether it's an affair, whether it's addiction, whatever it is, whenever there's cheating, there's always lying that accompanies it, right? You've always got a secret over here, kind of a double life going on, and then you've got your front-facing life where you're hiding what you're doing over here. So there's always lying that accompanies that, which means that within yourself, you have now moved into a state of disintegration, which means that you now have sort of compartments. You've got one part of you where you show up in life and you are a husband and a father and a coach and an employee. And then you've got another part of life where you are acting out or having an affair. You've got a secret life of some sort going on. So now you've got within you a disintegrated self. Rather than the word integrity actually means wholeness. So when we're talking about integrity, we're talking about operating from a whole, integrated, congruent self that is authentic with other people. So when you've got these secrets going on, you're in a state of disintegration and incongruence inside your own self, in your inner world. And you're now managing this disintegration by trying to make sure that you don't ever slip up and let the secret world come into the front-facing world, and that you keep the lies straight and you keep the details straight. It's very stressful. It's a lot of stress to manage all of that, as you know. And then it creates inside you this sort of split in your own inner world. So when you come in disclosure and you tell the whole truth and you say, look, here's the deal. This is a full deal with this affair. This is the full deal with my acting out history. When you look at your husband or your wife or your partner and you say to them, this is all that actually happened. This is the full scope and depth of it. It brings you back into a state of wholeness inside of yourself. You no longer have to have these compartments, and you no longer have to manage these compartments. So now you have the opportunity to be in a state of wholeness and integrity and congruence where who you are here is who you are, right? The way that you're showing up here is the way you are. You are not having a secret double life over here that you keep and hold separate and sort of front face the world with a false self. We call it the false self. There's lots of different words for this, right? But it's an inauthentic presentation of who you are to other people. So when you come in disclosure and you tell the whole truth and you do that, you come into a state of integrity with yourself and wholeness. I have had more cheating partners and addicted partners than I can count talk to me about having no idea the amount of energy and bandwidth, mental and emotional bandwidth, that it was taking for them to manage these two worlds. And that when all of a sudden this went away, they told the whole truth, they came into full honesty, they let their partner know, they did disclosure, whatever. That when they did that, there was this enormous sense of freedom, because always in every interaction with their spouse, they were having to be careful about, am I letting a detail slip? Am I keeping the story straight? Am I covering my tracks here? And it was taking up enormous space inside of them to do that. And they talk about how good it feels to know that no matter what their partner asks them, no matter what happens, that there's nothing to be caught. There's nothing that is going to get found out where they're going to get caught in a lie or caught in a secret, because they've told it all, right? It's already out there. And it's enormously relieving as they come into integrity inside in their own inner world and no longer have to balance that. So that's a profound benefit to you as an individual in terms of doing disclosure and telling the secrets and coming back into full congruence with yourself and who you are. So a third benefit is that doing disclosure, telling the secrets, getting all of that out, being fully honest, reduces the shame and guilt tremendously. So anytime that we are cheating on somebody, we have shame and guilt about it, right? Nobody kind of looks at their loved one and says, I really, I'm betraying you and I don't care. I mean, I guess there are some people that do that. They have bigger problems, right? Most of us feel tremendous guilt and shame about cheating on somebody we love. We feel guilt and shame about what it's doing to our kids, what it's doing to our work lives, what it's doing to our spouse, what it's doing to our extended family if it gets discovered. I mean, it creates a whole mess, right? And so we have guilt and shame about that. And the lying and the secret keeping feed that guilt and shame and make that guilt and shame deeper. So I'm thinking about one of my clients, my addict clients, who said to me once, what I figured out is that if I don't want to always feel shame, I have to quit doing shameful things. And then when I quit doing shameful things, I no longer felt shame constantly about who I was. So there's something about disclosure when you come and you get fully honest and you come into this state of integrity and wholeness, you quit holding these secrets and protecting them, that now the shame can diminish. Now the shame around what you've done can begin to diminish and the guilt can begin to diminish and you can start to heal as an individual. Now, the thing that is paradoxical about disclosure is that disclosure actually brings the shame up at the beginning. So here's what I mean by that. When you're faced with the idea that you're going to come and you're going to tell your partner all this stuff about yourself that you've been keeping secret, and things that you're not proud of, things that you feel really bad about, that you feel terribly torn up inside about the damage and the pain that you now see your partner in, or what it's doing to your family, things that make you feel enormous pain and sadness and shame, that now you're going to come into a process where you're going to share that with your partner. You're going to feel a lot of shame when you contemplate doing that. The shame of hurting this person that you love rises up inside of you, and the guilt about that will rise up inside of you. And it's this shame and guilt that makes people want to hold the secrets. It's the shame and guilt that makes the cheating partner think, I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'll tell this much. I'm going to tell 80%, but this 20%, I feel so much shame about it. I feel like they're never going to love me if they know this. They're going to leave me if they know this. So the shame around that is what makes the cheating partner think it's better to go ahead, stay in this disintegration inside of myself and hold that secret and hope that I get away with it, because the shame of telling it is too big. So at the beginning, disclosure brings up a lot of shame, and the cheating partner has to sort of work through facing that shame in order to be fully honest. The problem with thinking, okay, the way I'm going to manage this is to hold the secret. You guys, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I am amazed at the way crap gets discovered, and over and over and over again, if I see somebody hold part of the information back in disclosure, it comes out anyway. it inevitably gets found out, and then it creates so much damage and so much destruction because there's been this event where the person came and said, hey, I'm being fully honest, but they weren't. The fallout from that is enormously damaging, and relationships often don't survive it. So again, disclosure is your opportunity, right, with the least amount of fallout to tell the whole truth. And it's also the place where you want to really wrestle through the shame that's coming up for you so that it doesn't block you from being fully honest, because it will come out anyway, eventually. So you're going to want to work with your therapist, whoever's helping you with disclosure, to work through this shame. Because what happens is initially it comes up, it's very high, the fear about being honest, the fear of telling your partner, the fear of showing your full self to your partner for the full time, the fear and the shame are like really high at the beginning of disclosure, at the process. As you work with your therapist on it, they come down. And when you go through the disclosure process, they come down more. So often when you're giving disclosure, there's a lot of shame because you're telling the information for the first time. But often then after disclosure, as you and your partner begin working through it, that shame comes way, way down and goes away over time. So the way disclosure is a benefit to you because it is a way out of the shame. It is a pathway out of and through the shame that has accompanied the lying and the secret keeping and the secret behaviors. So it is the way that you reduce the shame and heal the shame. It's sort of one of the key paths out of that for you as an individual. All right, so the fourth benefit to you as the cheating partner for disclosure is that it removes the blocks to feeling love. This is one of the biggest things. Like, if you hear nothing else in this presentation, hear this, okay? So when you have this double life over here, and you've got these secrets that you're keeping in this double life, and your partner doesn't know about it because there's these secrets, it's secret, and your partner is doing something lovely for you, like they're caring for you in some way, they're showing you love in some way, they're being playful with you in a way that they're saying to you, I love you so much. They're showing you love. What happens inside of you is a block. A part of you will block their love coming in and being fully felt and fully received. And here's how it goes, and it's unconscious, it's not conscious often. But the way that it goes is, I see that they're telling me they love me. I see that they're doing this thing. They're showing me that they love me. But if they really knew about me, if they really knew everything about who I am, if they really knew all of me, they wouldn't love me. So therefore, they're loving a false me. They don't really love me. So this can make betrayed partners crazy because they feel like they've been like showing love all the time, and yet the cheating partner often is blocking that love from being fully received and fully felt, and it going in and, hitting the heart and being felt in a way that makes you feel good about yourself and makes you feel connected, makes you feel lovable, gives you that wonderful sense of worthiness. So when that is blocked because of the secrets, you are robbing yourself of feeling loved by your partner and the experience of being loved in a relationship, which is one of the experiences we all want. So I want you to think about this in terms of, then over here, maybe you've got the sexual acting out behavior or the affair where you've been trying to feel loved or feel worthy. Well, the secrets are blocking you from really receiving love and feeling lovable with your partner. So this is an enormous issue. And in order to come into a place where you're, again, in congruence and integrity in your inner world, and then when you're in the relationship with your partner and they show you love and they care for you, that you're able to let it in because they know you. They know who you are. They know all of you. There's not this part of you that they don't know that you constantly think, well, if they knew about that, they wouldn't love me, so this isn't real. So now you're able to let that come in and you're able to feel love in a way that you've not felt it before when you had these secrets. So one of the biggest benefits for you in doing disclosure and coming and being fully honest is that it removes the block to feeling loved and experiencing love in your relationship. All right, so our fifth benefit to you. You didn't know I had so many, huh? So here's the fifth one. The fifth one is it's the ability to be authentically known and to learn intimacy and connection and acceptance, to experience intimacy and connection and acceptance with your partner. So this goes along with the other one about blocking love. But again, when you are being fully congruent and integrated, you don't have the secret life over here, and you've shared the secrets, you've kind of come into honesty with your partner. Now you're in a relationship where you get to feel fully known and accepted for who you are. There isn't a sense, again, of, well, if they knew about this, they wouldn't love me. So if you think about intimacy, and I'm sure you've all heard the little shortening of the word intimacy is into me see. The intimacy is about sharing who we are with others and allowing others to share who they are with us. And it's about sharing our authentic selves, like who we really are at the core, our deepest self with our partner. And that's what creates that sense of bonding and that sense of connection, that sense of you are my person in the world and I trust and love you more than any other person. It's that sharing of our authentic self. So when you come and you're fully honest and you get rid of the secrets and everything, you come into a state of integrity and wholeness. And now you're also in a state of authenticity. So now you're able to be in your relationship and be who you really are. And your partner knows who you really are. And when they love you, when they show up, when they are just doing life side by side with you, there's a sense of acceptance that you get to experience. Because they're doing life side by side with you, knowing who you are. And they're still there. And they're still in the relationship with you. So there's a profound sense of acceptance and connection that comes out of that. So that's the fifth benefit for you as the cheating partner. And here's your last one. Here's your last benefit. If you are trying to repair your relationship and you're sort of looking at either your pattern of addictive behavior or you're looking at an affair that you were in and you're thinking, how did I do that? Like, how did I go down the rabbit hole like that and cause all of this destruction? I don't ever want to do that again. I don't ever want to cause this kind of destruction again. I want to figure out what happened here, and I don't want to do it again. One of the biggest things that will help you not to do it again is being fully honest about what has happened, is doing a full disclosure. When you keep secrets, when you hold back information, and you decide to try to not tell parts of it, you keep that disintegration alive inside of you. You keep that compartment alive inside of you. You block receiving love from your partner. You block authentic connection with your partner. And when you block all of that, you keep this compartmentalized way of living alive and well, you leave yourself profoundly open to having another affair, to acting out more in the future, not being able to get sobriety in place. You leave yourself very, very compromised in terms of your ability to truly look at what has happened, change your behavior, and go forward and repair your relationship and go forward in a really different way. So when you try to hold on to your secrets in some way, you compromise your ability to not do this again. You leave yourself very open to another affair down the road. It may not be next month, it may be 3 years from now. But what I know from all of the talking to betrayed partners that we do at Partner Hope is how many betrayed partners are dealing with the third affair, the fourth affair, the second affair. These are folks that aren't dealing with sex addiction, but they're dealing with affairs that have happened like every 3 years or every 5 years and that is often because secrets were kept back here at the beginning of the first one never fully dealt with, and then this person was left enormously compromised and susceptible to doing the behavior again. So if you truly want to change that and repair your relationship and go forward in a very different way in your own life and in your relationship, you need to be fully honest about what has happened and not keep the secrets, not hold the secrets to the side. All right, so those are the 6 things, the 6 benefits to you as the cheating partner of doing disclosure. And here's what I want to say to you. If you have a disclosure coming up, if you're being asked to do disclosure and you've got enormous fear as you think about it, you've got enormous shame, immediately what happens for cheating partners when they're asked to be fully honest is they start bargaining. There's this whole bargaining thing that begins inside of you, and you start trying to figure out, how can I tell this, this, and this, but not tell this? Maybe I'll be honest about this, but never this. This is too much. So all of a sudden there's this huge bargaining that starts going on about what you can get away with not telling. And the thing that is the saddest to me about this is that I see cheating partners who are going to therapy every week. They're like in a group, maybe they're in a 12-step program. They're expending enormous energy and time trying to heal the relationship. And yet they've got this other part of them that is trying to figure out how to keep the secrets and sabotaging all the effort that they're making over here. Because if you keep those secrets, it just wipes out and sabotages everything that you're doing, all the effort that you're making to repair your relationship. So if you have a disclosure coming up, if you're thinking about it, you've got this bargaining going on, here's the thing to know, that's normal. Like if you've got that going on inside of you, it's totally normal. It's about the fear and the shame around being fully honest. So it's a normal thing to have that go on. The goal is for you to go into your therapist's office, tell them this is what's going on with me, and start working through, how do I come to the place where I am able to move through the fear and really get fully honest and write a fully honest disclosure to give to my partner, so that I do not sabotage all this work that I'm doing, and so that I get the benefits for me, my partner gets the benefits for them, and we get the benefits for our relationship that full honesty creates. So if that's you and you're in that place, I really encourage you to know that it's normal to have all the fear and the shame and the bargaining, and take that part of you into your therapist and start working on it, and really work with yourself and wrestle down the part of you that wants to hold some of it back. Because that part of you is not on the side of health for you or health for your relationship. The part of you is just scared and mired in shame and mired in fear. So it's really important to be able to bring that part into therapy and work with it to bring yourself out of the fear and shame so that you can heal fully. All right, so I hope that's helpful for everybody. Before I sign off, let me just say, if you are a betrayed partner and you have been thinking about Braving Hope with us and the Braving Hope program, I hope that you will schedule a call with us and talk with us about that. We are doing freaking hard work in there. Like on Monday night at our coaching call, everybody worked their tails off. And I'm watching people make really hard choices, do really hard work to understand what's happening inside of them and what's happening in their relationship, and to change it, to do things differently, and to walk out of it and to heal. And we do an evaluation at 6 weeks and an evaluation at 12 weeks. And I get those evaluations in my inbox all the time. And I consistently am hearing, this has changed the trajectory of my entire healing journey. There's nothing I have done prior to this that has held a candle to what we're doing here and the benefits to me. So if you're thinking about this, if you've been sitting on the fence wondering about it, I encourage you to call us, talk with us, and join us in that process, because it will be a game changer for you. All right, I will talk to you all next week.